Hello and welcome to my community on Afrocentric TV channel 15.8. Of course, this is that station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, especially us here in the Houston metro area. My name is Kola, and I'm here to enable you change that narrative about the Africans in diaspora. With me today, we will be talking to Ambassador Lawrence Adeniyi and another gentleman coming on later on to talk about a cool shared space that help Africans and small businesses or individual consultants, to enable them, do their works perfectly wherever they are. But first with me is a gentleman. By virtue of the organization he represents, you can tell that with the chaos going on in the world today, we need more of him and, of course, his organization. His name is Ambassador Lawrence Oluwaseun Adeniyi. He is of the International Association of World Peace Advocates, and that they have an affiliate of the United Nations, by virtue of the consultative status given to them by the ECOSOC, and that's Economic and Social Council. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you very much, Ola.
Thank you for gracing our studio. I know it's within a very short time frame that we have to put this together. However, it's very important for the world to know that there is an organization, especially that of African descent, that is working on world peace.
Exactly.
There's unrest everywhere now in the world. And then you guys, your organization stands to advocate for peace globally.
Correct.
That's beautiful. So if you don't mind, within a very short time that we have, tell us a little bit about who you are, and then we'll dive deep a little bit into the organization that you represent.
Okay, like you rightly said, my name is Ambassador Lawrence Oluwaseun Adeniyi. I am the International Association of World Peace Advocates focal persons on SDGs of the United Nations.
SDGs means Sustainable Development
Exactly, Sustainable
Goals.
Development Goals, yeah. I happen to be the representative here in America. My office cuts across the 193 United Nations member countries.
Nations, wow.
Yeah.
193.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So this organization that advocates for world peace, and the beautiful thing is it's an affiliate of the United Nations.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a large organization.
Exactly.
All right. So who founded this organization and when?
Okay, this organization was founded by the World Peace President in the person of Stefan, from Denmark, and eventually our activities cut across, or rather is structured just like the way the United Nations are structured. And so the United Nations Economic and Social Council, saw our activities and gave us the consultative status to be able to operate and advocate for peace around the world.
So basically, consultative, in my head, I'm thinking you can represent the United Nations
in their various activities centered on peace as well as their sustainable development goals.
Wow. When was this founded? When was this formed?
It was founded in the consultative status was given to us in 2012, but we actually started operation in 2014.
Fantastic. And tell us the vision and the purpose of this organization. I know I know for sure it has to do with world peace.
Exactly.
Right, so
basically, our aims and objective is basically to promote peace and justice around the world, and as well help in implementing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by recruiting well-meaning individuals that have the capacity to volunteer to implement the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And that is where my office comes in. Basically, we go around the world sorting for important dignitaries, people who are morally upright, people who have values, have the passion to deliver peace, justice, as well as humanitarian services around the world. So we bring them into the organization and we partner with them to ensure that by 2030, we are able to meet at least 99% of the desire of the United Nations to make the world a peaceful and better place.
So I know earlier when we were talking, we talked about some goals. Can you highlight some of these goals?
Yeah, the sustainable development goals are very enormous. The good thing about it is that it is a follow-up of the Millennium Development Goals that were actually enacted by the United Nations. Of course, it was unfinished. They could not achieve a totality of being able to cut across various countries, establishing and implementing the Millennium Development Goals. So that was how the Sustainable Development Goal was born. It was actually born, to ensure that we meet up a target of 2030 to be able to put, in place all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. From number one, which happens to be no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industrial innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequality in our society, sustainable cities and community, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life on land, life below water, peace, justice, and strong institution, and above all, partnership for the goals to be actualized.
So when you say partnership, which is the last part you read out, partnership for the goals to be realized, meaning, in my own understanding, I just want sometimes when professionals like you say some things and we speak on something, might be difficult for some people like us to understand it. So I will chip in with my understanding if that resonates with the audience, of course.
Yeah.
When you say partnership, for with others for the goals, that means when you talk about, let's say, no poverty, you need a partnership with the world, right? Maybe via their donation, maybe there's this maybe seminar or whatever it is that you put together to see how we can eradicate hunger, right? Okay. Zero hunger, zero good health. Maybe partner with medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, CNAs, and whatever, to maybe travel the world to help in whatever capacity, maybe seeking their voluntary services, perhaps. So what do these people stand to gain? I know a lot of times it has to do with, America. Let me use America first of all. America is a capitalist country. Whatever we give, there has to be something that needs to be accounted for, right? Maybe in terms of taxes, we'll be able to write it off or whatever. So what do people that partner with you, what do they stand to gain? So when people are listening to us talk now, they will feel like, oh, okay, if I plug with these people, instead of me wasting my resources elsewhere, or instead of me having to pay so much on certain things, I can actually use it to benefit the life of others, right? While partnering with you guys, with with the world peace advocates, and then that way you feel fulfilled, and at the same time you can write, maybe if there's a number to it, or maybe there's an amount to it, we can write that off in taxes and stuff like that.
You basically said it all.
See, I think I have an understanding. Right? Yeah.
You basically said it all.
Thank you.
Our legal department is working tirelessly to ensure that we establish it here in America, to where the activities of our volunteers will be tax written off, and so that to avoid double taxation. You understand? And so we have a lot of people who are interested in helping the poor and the needy.
I know, but they don't have the right resources or the right avenue to plug in the money.
So that is where we come in. We actually need volunteers. We need people to partner with us to be able to actualize the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. And like you rightly said, people will need some kind of soft landing. They will need some kind of leverage at the end of the day, where they can say, okay, with all this activity, at the end of the day, I still have something to cushion my own efforts, in trying to volunteer to helping the poor
Right.
and the needy. So our legal department is working tirelessly to achieve that, and very soon it's going to be actualized.
I'm glad to hear that. And we will still come back to talk about how people can plug in, right? So we'll come back to talk about that. However, this past weekend, there was an award. And by the way, thank you guys for conveying an award, for giving us an award for what we do in the media space, especially representing the Africans in diaspora.
Yes.
We're grateful for that.
Well
Thank you so
deserved.
much.
Well deserved.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. However, this past weekend, we the same award we're talking about. What was the purpose of that award? I know we got something for what we do, but I want the world to understand that when things like this happens, people need to come out to support. So let us understand the purpose of that award.
Basically, like you very well know, our organization is one that is authorized to give the Eminent Peace Ambassador Award alongside with others like Champion, Justice of Peace, and the rest. Now, this association, which is the Yoruba Women Association in Houston, is an association that has been existing for over 40 years, comprising of women across different fields, doctors,
40 years.
Over 40 years. Yeah, in Houston. When I heard, I was like, wow.
And they're still together.
Beautiful. That is the essence. The unity is there. The love is there. I know.
If you don't agree, I'm like thinking about it, because I mean, it's hard for people to come together. Not to mention
women.
40 years,
and they are women.
And they are women.
I mean, it's very hard to comprehend the fact that they are able to stick together. Like the saying goes, the family that prays together stays together.
That's right.
I got to understand that one of their cardinal aims of forming their, the association is to pray together, pray for themselves, and also empower women.
One another.
To empower women, to empower children. This is an association that has done a lot of food drives. They've done school drives for children, and then they've done a lot of seminars, programs to educate their women. And so the fact that they were able to unite, and bond as one, I saw it as a good opportunity for them to achieve a lot. And secondly, they happen to be eventually doing voluntarily what the United Nations expect of everyone to do in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
Wow.
And so this award is basically out there to motivate them to say, well done, and keep doing what you're doing.
Good and faithful servants.
Exactly.
Fantastic. So it's to encourage individuals and organizations that are noticeably doing well, promoting peace and unity all over the world. And I'm glad we were able to be a part of that. We got an award, so that tells us we're doing something right. Right, gentlemen, ladies. So, you said something about the Humanitarian Day. Can you enlighten us? What's the background on that?
Okay, basically on the 19th of August this year happens to be the United Nations World Humanitarian Day. As you very well know, our organization is also one of the United Nations agencies giving the opportunity, the platform to celebrate the days of remembrance of the United Nations. Now, the United Nations World Humanitarian Day was birthed after the incident that took place, the bomb attack that took place in Baghdad. In Iraq, in the United Nations
HQ.
Where 22 humanitarian aid workers died.
God rest their soul.
These were people who went out of their way to do humanitarian services to foster peace, unity, and the unfortunate incident happened. Now, 5 years after that, the United Nations decided through the General Assembly that the 19th of August should be a day remembered every year for humanitarian volunteers. And so we looked at it that, okay, it's a perfect day to celebrate the volunteers, who have passed on, as well as those who are still in the business of doing the volunteering services. And we didn't choose any other better group than the Association of Yoruba
As Yoruba
Women
women.
in Houston, alongside other important dignitaries that were, are doing good things here in Houston, like Afrocentric, of
Well,
course.
thank you. Thank you. So, what are the goals of the United Nations Sustainable Development?
Okay, basically, the goals of the sustainable development is just to ensure that the world is a better place to live in. Politically, economically, the United Nations is forecasting by 2030 we should be able to have a perfect world full of peace.
So help us God.
It's possible with people like you.
That's why I said, so help us God. I mean, we will do our part.
Exactly.
So
we are trying to partner with as much as possible. We are even going into the grassroots to ensure that we recruit people. Even part of our goal, our activities is to ensure that we go into schools to reach out to students where we can begin to impute into their minds the passion to become peace advocates by virtue of their performances in school and their way of life.
And that, one thing I noticed about, when you make people accredited, let's say you start upon them like a peace ambassador.
Exactly. You want to leave that status.
You just want it to resonate in everything you do.
Exactly.
Even when there's anything negativity or any negative stuff coming your way, you will find a way to walk around it. It actually, yes. Even if it's where, but now you feel like you're a changed person. You should be someone some people should emulate. Things like that.
Exactly.
I think it makes a lot of sense now that you mentioned it.
That is it. That's our goal. That's our
beautiful.
Vision.
Beautiful. So, understanding all of this concept and everything you guys do, what does it take to join this organization?
Basically, to be a volunteer, you must have that volunteer spirit. Secondly, you must be an important personality. People who have the capacity to be able to, implement, the sustainable development goals. Also, we want people of good character, morals. You have to even be recommended by an already existing member, of the organization. You will check through your profile and see who you are or what you are, and then see if you are eligible for it. And then you should also be capable of making donations towards our cause to advance the purpose of our existence.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you about that, but then I realized that it's not you're not required to join with a fee. However, it is always necessary and always nice for you to, because I was wondering initially that how do you fund this organization, this beautiful organization that that can transform the world? How do you fund it? But then I think you mentioned
basically,
that it's through voluntary donations and things like that. Okay.
Yeah, people who desire for the world to be a better place. Exactly. I keep telling people, I tell you, if you fold your hands and you don't do nothing about being able to foster peace in our community, it will definitely affect you.
Oh, it will. It will. It definitely will.
You see, people...
And that's the problem. A lot of people wait till it hits their door or doorsteps before they do something about things. You can prevent it from happening.
Exactly.
Exactly. Beautiful. So now, if anyone wants to inquire about we talked about joining the organization, it takes you have to be able to volunteer, you have to be able to give voluntary donations. I mean, nothing forceful, but at least something to keep the organization running.
Exactly.
But if they want to donate towards this, or if they want to inquire more about this, they want to be a part of this, where can they find you?
Yeah, they can reach us through our website, which is www.iawpa.org. That's IAWPA stands for International Association of World Peace Advocates.
So IAWPA.org.
Yes. And of course, you can also reach me through my personal email, which is lawrence@iawpa.org.
Iawpa. That Iawpa is IAWPA. So it's Lawrence Adeniyi LAWRENCEADENIYI
Yes.
at iawpa.org.
Yes.
Right? So the website again is IAWPA, IAWPA.org,
Yes.
and we stand for International Association of World Peace Advocates. And you can reach him directly on his email, via his email,
Yeah.
Lawrence Adeniyi at IAWPA.org.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And you can also call me. You
Oh,
can reach me.
nice.
Yes,
Okay, so you can
call
touch a
me.
live person.
Anytime we are very much accessible, because we want to ensure we reach out to the world. And so you can reach me on 281-454-1024.
You heard that. So you can reach him again via phone number. Via phone. Talk to a live person, him directly at 281-454-1024. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Thank you. We appreciate you. We hope that whatever it is you're doing, which is to bring peace to the world, gains the ears of men,
Amen.
and their hearts that would, yield towards the achieving these goals. So God will send them your way.
Yes.
We appreciate you and everything you do, and you're relentless in what you do, because this takes more than an ordinary effort.
Yes.
You have to be intentional
passion.
about
Yes.
it, and be passionate
Yes.
about
I
it.
have a philosophy that I would like to share to the world.
Please.
The philosophy is, as long as you sleep and you could wake up the next morning, it means that God has a purpose for you. I see a lot of people these days, they say they are depressed, they've given up on life and stuff like that. There is so much to achieve in life. As long as you sleep and wake up, God has a purpose for you. There is somebody out there that God wants you to reach out to. You have something in the inside of you.
You have to find them.
You just have to find out. I saw a documentary recently where little ants, they gathered around a wall gecko that was dead.
And I
was wondering, what do they want to do with this wall gecko? Do they want to eat it while it's dead? And I decided to go around doing some other things. And later, when I came back to look at the wall gecko and the ant, I saw that they were already taking the wall gecko to climb a wall. The wall gecko is very weighty, but
compared to the size of the ants.
Exactly,
right.
But they were
in numbers. In numbers. Yes.
So this eventually gave me an inspiration that for us to achieve anything in life, we need to come together as one, be united as one, be able to plan together to achieve our purpose. And that is our message for the world today. And I believe with this, we can achieve peace, we can achieve a good world to live in, to cohabit in, and with the grace of God on our side, I believe there will be peace.
I agree with you
in our world.
I agree with you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
you for all you do, guys. You heard it all. Can there be anything better? With this chaos and everything going on in the world, now we have a peace ambassador here with us in our studio. We have an organization that is actually trying to involve you and I to be a part of what they do, to be a part of the advocacy program, to even recruit others. I'm not sure if you understand the ripple effect. You start something now, it spreads over time. So if it's good, it spreads. It spreads and everybody benefits from it. Okay. If it's bad, however, it's the same ripple effect, and then the world becomes a chaos, which is one of the reasons why you have to choose the side which you want to be. And in this regard, talking about the world peace advocacy. Yeah. Let's all endeavor to be a part of this. You can reach out to them at www.iawpa, which is iawpa.org, or you can email directly to Mr. Lawrence. Ambassador Lawrence. At, of course, Lawrence Adeniyi at iawpa.org. And you can, of course, call him if you need, direct. If you want to be able to talk to a live person, talk to him. 281-454-1024. That's the number to call. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Ambassador Lawrence, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Then please do not touch the dial. There's still more to come. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric Television, channel 15.8. Of course, this is that station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, especially for those of us in the Houston community. We like to bring you, events and occasions and even people and organizations that, will help change that narrative of Africans and the perspectives of people as it regards to us in diaspora. Like I told you earlier, we have two guests, and one was, of course, the peace organization that we talked about, and now we are back to talk about, we as a people, Houston, and especially the United States is a small business country. We thrive on small businesses. They are, that they are the economic hub of this nation. And to promote that, to promote what you can do, entrepreneurship, to what you can do, what I can do, is a gentleman with us. Is a veteran in the Houston area. I'll tell you that much. I've known him for so long. But I moved to Houston back in 2004, and I can tell you the background, but it's going to be a little too deep, and I'm not going to go into details. However, joining us today is Mr. Of course, Bolaji Ajimoto. We call him BJ Aji. Welcome to the studio.
All right, thank you very much, Carla. It's my pleasure to be here. Yeah, we've gone a way
It's
back.
been
Yeah,
forever.
it's been a long time. Yeah, we're still here.
And
Good
thanks
God
for
about
all
that.
you do in this little community in the Houston area. You know what? Before anything, I'll let you introduce yourself and talk to us about. Give us a little bit about your background and things you've done in the Houston area so far. Before we go into the vibrant spot, which is the purpose of our meeting today.
Oh well, thank you very much. Well, I've been in Houston for about say getting close to over 2 decades. Yeah,
Did you hear
yeah,
that? Decade,
over
10,
20, yeah, over 2 decades.
So that's
I'll probably
20,
say two and
over
a half
20.
decades. Yeah, I've been in Houston getting to over 2 decades. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be in Houston. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur by passion. I love businesses and I like tapping to people to connect for us to make progress as a people. Yeah, I've done a lot of startups. I've, built business from the scratch and sold it. I've, partner with, other Nigerian businesses to come together and build business to sell it. That's my background. My very initial background is engineering, actually. Then I went into finance, did my MBA, did taxation. So I started a tax business, an accounting service. I realized that our people do not have good enough, accountants and tax preparers to solve their problem. So I came into that space early 2000 to solve that problem for our people. Then from there, I was able to sponsor other people to own their tax businesses. That has been my contribution to the community. Then what happened is, the business did so well, I was able to turn a $40,000 investment to over $300,000 after 4 years. So I got a little cocky, So I decided to go
That's
to
the power of money,
Nigeria.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's power of money. I decided to go to Nigeria to try to fix things, but I got a little burnt. Yeah, that didn't go down too well. Even at the same time, I had some startup business in Nigeria when it comes to fashion. I tried to take Polo Ralph Lauren to Nigeria at the time. It didn't work out because, of the exchange rate and, we couldn't.
And that's still supposed to be a problem even till date.
Yeah, so that didn't work out. At the same time, what I did was I now started that brand itself in Nigeria. And when I started that brand, I call it the stable, right? So I had the line with Ralph Lauren here in the United States. I was supplying Ralph Lauren 100% authentic in the Nigerian market around 2010, 2011. But it's a funny dynamics back there. After a year or two that I started, I just see a couple of so many of them sprang up.
So that's
that was
the
a
story
challenge.
of
That's my
Nigeria.
story.
You do
Right.
something beautiful.
Yeah.
You never know they're watching, right? So just focus and always try to be a little flexible and incorporate something new
Oh, yeah.
at every point in time.
Thank you.
You can't just stay in one. And then
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you're doing something good,
Right.
Nigerians will buy into it and they may want to take over. Just trust me. That's you living in the States and doing a business in Nigeria,
Right.
doing businesses in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's-
I'm not going to say it's a wrong move, but it's something you have to be on ground. You have to be boots on ground for things to function very well in Nigeria. It's a lot of stuff
agree.
going on out there, but it's a beautiful thing.
I
At least
do agree.
experience this is the best.
Oh
best
yeah,
teacher.
I learned a lot. Yeah,
You
I learned a
learn
lot
from them,
that,
but then if you're going to make it big, it's going to be also it could also be from Nigeria.
yeah.
When they buy into what you do, they buy into it, and boom, before you know it, the world
It's a huge
becomes
market in Nigeria.
We're
It's a
talking about
huge
human
market.
capital.
Yeah.
200 and something million people.
Imagine.
You can't beat
You
that.
can't beat that.
No, I mean,
we can't beat that.
you know. So, but anyway, see, you can tell we're passionate about Nigeria, right? About Africa in general. Whenever we dive into stuff like this, we can keep going on and on and on and on. However, the purpose of our coming together today is to talk about the vibrant spot here in Houston. Houston. I just love it when I see new development, something that can birth other things, that can help people. You're solving a problem at the same time, putting something in your pocket. I love that.
Yeah.
So give us a little background. I know you're into tech, and I know you're an entrepreneur yourself. So now tell us what prompted you to start the Vibrant Spot. Even before starting it, please define what the Vibrant Spot is.
Thank you very much.
And why you started.
The Vibrant Spot is a boutique-style congenial community and a co-working space. Yeah, it has a co-working space, it has meeting rooms, and it has a podcast studio. Right, at the same time, we have other services like printing, notary, other services that support businesses. Right, that's what we have. The goal of the Vibrant Spot is to make the life of an entrepreneur or a techpreneur, which I want to consider myself very easy. I do technology and I do entrepreneurship. The goal is to use technology to drive entrepreneurship and affect enough people's lives that they get good results from it. And that should originate from where we are. Right. So during COVID, I work from home as an IT person, as an IT consultant to multiple companies. And every now and then I'll want to go out, to somewhere different for a different field. And at the same time, I still have my tax office, right? Because of COVID, it wasn't open, right?
Right.
So I will always want to go somewhere, for a different field. But a lot of times there is nowhere to go. Some few times that I go where there's something missing. I can't connect with the people. I don't know who is who. And I realize there's a niche, and there might be a need for digital nomads and entrepreneur to have a community where they can come. They don't have to sign any long list. They don't have to make any commitment. They can just come whenever they want to and make their business happen. Things like having to sign a long list as an entrepreneur, things like having to worry about utilities, having to worry about, parking, Wi-Fi, business address, we solve all that problem at the Vibrant Spot. All you need to have is to have an idea or a product that you want to sell. Do you want to seek for financing? We have a link and where we can link you to where you can go talk to them about financing.
Within the same space?
Within our ecosystem. We're talking about non-profit organizations that finance businesses. We will give you the link to it so that you can go talk to them. Okay, this is your business plan, but you need funding. So I have the access to go, okay, I'll give you the link, we'll talk to them. You're looking for mentor in the particular business you're into, we introduce you to one of our mentors in our ecosystem that can, bring you on board and say, okay, this is your business. At the same time, as an entrepreneur, sometimes we get a little ahead of ourselves. If you have an idea, we think it's going to work.
Yeah, so because you believe so much in it.
What these mentors do is they critique your business to let you realize that it's viable or not. And you have to be open-minded enough to accept feedback. Yeah. They're not doing nothing but to look out for you. So a
lot of people with closed mind don't see that. Open-minded.
They haven't evolved enough. They haven't evolved enough because if you come to me as a person, I'll tell you the truth of what it is. If you have a product or a service, I'll tell you the truth because some people make the mistake. They want people to buy into their product. But no, you create product for the market. You don't create market for a product. Right. So if I criticize your product, I give you feedback, I let you realize.
Go back and rectify. This is what people are looking for. That's what it's all about.
We're looking out for each other. And you're not going to make long-term commitment.
So
that's what the Vibrant Spot is.
At the Vibrant Spot, if I get it correctly, and gentlemen, don't call me out on this one. I'm just trying to, let you have an understanding of what this gentleman is talking about. At the Vibrant Spot, right, you have a co-working space.
That is correct.
You can lease a spot or a space within the same environment.
That is correct.
Other entrepreneurs can lease a spot. Be you a podcast person, be you a realtor, an insurance agent, a
a
techpreneur,
techpreneur, a
a
digital nomad,
consultant,
multi-level marketer, or
whatever it is.
whatever product or
So
service you sell.
you can all coexist in the same ecosystem.
That is correct.
And if you need one, you can actually reach out to the other within the same ecosystem.
That is correct.
And so, wow, this is beautiful. I'm loving it as you expand on it now. Is bringing to light what the understanding is about. And so, what if I get it correctly, with that many possibilities that can happen within an ecosystem, what is the capacity of this space, this part called the vibrant spot?
Yes. What we have now has very limited capacity. We're not looking for more, we don't expect more than 30 members. We have 2 members already, so we don't, we had our launching recently, which is that this week, recent. So we have 2 members. We're not looking to take everybody. This is a prototype. We call it minimum viable project we're introducing to the market.
MVP.
MVP that we're introducing to the market. This particular spot is boutique, is congenial, and it's cozy. Right, it's really nice. It's upscale, rectangular area. So we're expecting no more than 30 members to serve in the next 90 days. Once we have 30 members, we're good. So the 30 members will be part of the people that will determine how do we progress, how do we scale
for the next 90 days.
Yes, for the next 90 days, when we have the 30 members, the feedback we get from them is going to determine, do we continue as a congenial spot that has just 30 members, or do we expand to a bigger spot like the Ion, the WeWalk, the Canon that we have. Our niche right now is to provide a boutique congenial space in an ecosystem where everybody can help each other, where we know each other. We're probably going to have like a network.
I mean, you can't beat that if you have like minds working together. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. You can't solve all the problems. So there's another gentleman over there, there's another lady over there, and you can network with one another.
Absolutely.
Within the same ecosystem. This is just brilliant. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
For now, we're not in it for the money. It's for a little token. Right. If you just, what we're looking for is good quality people. But I'm going to tell you what, we don't serve a certain group of people that are egoistic and people that are unpleasant, right? The way we're set up cannot absorb that kind of personality.
So it's because that's a negative energy already coming in. I mean, I want to be bright. I want to be
exactly. We want people that want the best for everybody around them. So we talk to you. We become a member. Once we have that 30 members, we're good for now, right? We want to expand. Right, but it's that ecosystem that will determine, that organic ecosystem we have, that will determine how we expand in future.
Are there meeting rooms or boardrooms?
Oh yeah, we do have meeting rooms
over there.
So this is the whole idea. Let me tell you, Kola. Okay, Kola, I have an idea, or I have a 9-to-5 regular job, but at the same time, I want to be selling a product. So what you have in us, you have an office where you can use as a business address. Right, you get your DBA or get your LLC. You open your bank account, you have your business, you have your own office. If you have your clients, you can meet in our meeting room. And if you want to do online content, you can use our podcast studio to create your digital product to push it online, because we know now if you're not online, you're not really in business. So we have a podcast studio in there that will allow you to create good quality online content, whether you want to go live or whether you want to record it in there. So it is designed to aid your business so that you become successful.
Wait. All of this membership for how much?
It's only $175 a month for now. The membership fee is $250, but it's a grand opening week, so we have a grand opening. What do we call it? Grand opening special going on. So we, making it $275 a month, and it does get better. What we're throwing out there is $275 a month. Commit to 2 months, we give you another month free. So you pay $350, you become a member for 90 days. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say, you know what? You're going to start in September. So pay $350, become a member from September to November. Right. And you can't go wrong, because all we have is for you to support you to make it better.
As an entrepreneur, we take risks. That's why we're entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
So now, if you want to take risks, you want to see how far this is going to take you or how well this is going to take you. It's always good not to say you want to go sign a long-term lease,
exactly,
which you don't know the direction your business is going to take anyway. And you can kick off from here if you if you think you're outgrowing the little space you get from there, I mean, for 275 a month, or for 350 for the next 2 months
For
or
the
three
next
months,
90 days, 350
for the next 90 days.
Yes.
For that, I don't see you go wrong, right? And you don't have to worry about electricity, you don't have to worry about water, you don't have to worry about parking, and it's in a spot where it's open. You see the gallery right there. You see, West Houston to the left of it, and to the north of it, you see, the Katy Freeway. Your route to downtown is just easy. So you can connect anywhere you want to connect. That's what I'm saying. Because having, I think I have the address, but I will let, of course, the gentleman talk about his product and the address before I reiterate it, so you can have an understanding of where it is. I just felt like having a spot like this is unique, amongst us. It helps you, jumpstart your business so you can focus on other things, or your core products, what you want to do. You don't have to worry about, my bill is due next month or for the next 90 days. That's 3 months. And if you start now, he says he's going to let you start till, let your term start in September. So September, October, November. I mean, can you beat that? I mean, I'm already planning to plug in, so I don't know about you. So, that being said, Mr. BJ Aji, not what, but how can people reach you to sign up?
It's very easy. Yeah, let me tell you how it gets better.
I need to talk about the opening hours too.
Oh, well, let me tell you how it gets better. Let's say you're an entrepreneur, you have an idea, and you don't have no money, right? So, and you say you want to separate your business from your address. For $25 a month, you can use yours as your business address. Register your LLC, get your bank documents. You're expecting your mails, we get it for you for $25 a month. So you should have no reason not to separate your home from your business for security reasons, for official reasons. You can always use us. I just have to put that out there. That $25 a month,
sense.
You can still get some services from us, and you focus on what you do best. And we can go into other details. Right, to become a member is very easy. You can give us a call, 832-941-9122. That's our phone number. That's 832-941-9122. You can go to our website, vibranthouston.com. That's www.vibranthouston.com. It's a well-secured website with modern technology. Or you can visit us at our physical location, 2645 Windrock Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77057. That's 2645 Windrock Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77057. It's in the Uptown Galleria area of Houston. Very vibrant environment.
What time do you open?
You're going to love it. We open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, and we open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturdays. And on Sundays, we open by appointment or on schedule. Right. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
And currently no lease time.
Say that one more time.
No lease time.
You don't need no lease time. If you want to become a year member, you pay $12.95. You save you some money, over $700, and you become membership for the year. We have that option available, but you don't have to commit to it. You can pay daily, you can pay monthly, or you can decide to be, a year member.
So you have options.
And you have options.
You have options.
Yeah.
With everything that we've talked about, I don't see why anyone, especially you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or you're already an entrepreneur working from home and you feel like you need a space outside of your home so you can breathe, right? It's the spot to be. The Vibrant Spot. Again, the address is the Vibrant Spot is 2645 Windrock Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77057. And the website, of course, is www.vibranthouston.com. That is VIBRANTHOUSTON.com. The phone number is 832-941-9122. You can definitely reach out to the man himself, the brain behind all of this. I'm just loving this. Anytime I see something happening, in our community that, that fosters and cares to the need of the people, that people can take advantage of, especially solving a problem, I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Loving it. Thank you for this. Thank you for, and of course, we are going to be pushing this, and we hope that, we have full membership by or before, the end of the month, and, by which they can take advantage of the 90 days promo or discount, and from there, Sky's the limit.
Thank you.
Thanks a whole lot.
Feels good to be
Thanks
here,
a whole
Carl. I
lot.
appreciate you having
You're
me today.
welcome. Not a problem.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen and ladies, please stay tuned. We will be right back. Do not touch the dial. Thank you. Welcome back to my community on Afrocentric TV channel 15.8. Of course, this is that station that revolves around the Africans in diaspora, especially those of us in the Houston area, of course, by extension. We're talking about Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, greater Houston area, of course, Galveston, and by extension, New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and everywhere. You can reach us, you can watch us online. Of course, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Afrocentric Television. Afrocentric, of course, with a K at the end. And, that K stands for color. Yeah, welcome back. I'm sure and I hope that, the last episode that you just watched is very, very informative for you. For me, I learned a lot. And if I'd not had like an office space in my house before now, I will definitely subscribe to that. And if there's a need for me to, I still would, because I need that space where I can connect with other entrepreneurs, where I can connect, with like minds, of course, with the resources that are available to them as well, that I can take advantage of. And of course, I'm not signing any lease. Why won't I? I needed to plug into that. Of course, it's a Vibrant Spot. It's www.vibranthouston.com. And it's somewhere on Windrock. I'm sure you can see the address and the phone number. And also the gentleman that spoke on world peace in this time and age where everywhere is like chaos. I think this is, I'm loving, us, in the studio right about now, talking about advocating for world peace and, trying to get more members. If you don't subscribe to that, I don't know about you, but I am. I'm not going to say anything negative to you, but I am, and I hope you do too. So it's Iawpa, iawpa.org. That's www.iawpa.org. And you can, of course, email him, lawrenceadeniyi@iawpa.org. It will be a nice thing for us all to advocate for peace, and so the world can be a little more peaceful. So for the next generation to enjoy what we enjoyed growing up. Again, I remain your host. My name is Kolawole Akinmuyiwa, your host on my community Afrocentric Television channel 15.8. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and of course our social media networks. Again, we go by Afrocentric TV. You can't miss it. Until next time, be well, be safe, be peaceful. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bless.